Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning, wrapping up a great week. We've had some really interesting guests this week. Thanks for all the feedback. It's been a really good week here. We appreciate all of the viewership we have. Let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and a hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Another comfortable day. How about a high of 84 and a low of 67? And we're looking at the water temperature end of the pier at 77. All right, let's take a look at our all-important river readings, brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. Take a look at the Apalachicola Bluntstown. It's reading this morning a 6.3. What a great weekend to be on the river. There'll be some scattered showers throughout, but there's nothing bad coming up, so make plans to get on the river if you can. The Choctawhatchee Caryville, we're looking at actually it's 3.8 this morning, and this is what's interesting about that. It's in such a good shape. The hardest thing it's going to be to do is just try to find a spot to fish, because there'll be a lot of folks on the river. Take a look at our tide chart, brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're in neap tides today, not much going on. Next week tides are going to be really strong, but the rest of this week's going to be pretty slim on your tidal flow. The wind direction will be coming out of the north. It's coming out of southeast. It was northeast yesterday, swung around to the southeast, and be coming around 9. Again, single digit, 9 today. I wonder while I'm on the weather, folks have been calling me about this full moon. I always talk about it, May full moon. Take a look at this. Wilbur Miller and I were talking yesterday. This is what they call the flower moon. Okay, there's a lot of people talking about it. Blood moon. This is going to be Monday night now. It's going to look like this if you want to get outside about 11 Eastern time, so that's 11 our time. It's going to be a blood moon. It's going to be reddish, and sky gazers going to be out. But a lot of people looking at the moon Monday night. So I just wanted to let y'all know about it. It's going to be like an eclipse at 9:30, a little bit of an eclipse. And it's just really, this time of year, call it a flower moon or the blood moon right there. So that's something you can see Monday night. Okay, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. And our special guest this morning for a couple of segments here on Panhandle Outdoors, Miss Tracy Newdecker. Welcome to the show.
Hey there, good morning.
We're glad to have you. We've been talking, guess what, about fishing. But she's not on here talking about fishing now. We're going to talk about our Second Chance, our corporation here, and how it got started and all. But first, before we get into it, and we're going to do the drawing and the fishing report all later, but let's talk about this now. You like to fish, and your husband right now is fishing.
He's down on the river.
Down on the river.
Hauling Grandpa around.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
cool. And then you may know his grandpa, Mr. Bob Newdecker. Or
Rodney Newdecker.
Rodney Newdecker. And they're down there around Howard Creek now, so good for them. And you told me about a big old redfish you caught not too long ago?
I should have got you the picture. Nobody believes it, but it stuck out this far on both sides. I put it back. It wasn't legal.
Okay. Well, send me the picture. I'll show it next week or something.
I will,
okay?
I will.
All right, so our Second Chance, the organization started around when?
1992-ish,
okay.
And we're on 11th Street down at the old A.D. Harris School. And we have a center there where basically it's the only thing like it that we can find anywhere that we know of. Our folks come down in the daytime. They have a place to go. Some people are anything from a fireman that got hurt to a natural brain injury to car accidents, motorcycle accidents, anything like that happened to them, and different levels of injuries, but we don't have a medical facility. So our folks learn to cook and clean, and we have a vegetable garden, and they learn to play games and dance, and maybe they want to go to work somewhere, so we teach them their social skills again, things like that. And they come every day.
And this with different types of brain injuries too, right? Different levels of it, and you have
all kinds.
Yeah. And like I say, almost all of us have family or friends with someone with brain injuries or know someone. And what it all started in '92, I remember when it started. I thought, what an admirable thing to do. And about how many come in and out of there?
Yeah, we have between 50 and 100. We're always looking, if anybody knows anybody, it costs $50 a month if they eat breakfast and lunch and all this kind of stuff, but if they can't pay, they don't have to.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so let's just say they're alone or their spouse has to go to work and they've got this person at home that are in their 20s or 30s or 50s and they got to sit home all day alone. They come down and they have a family and a place to go.
They have people around them and all.
They have people and they encourage each other and they get it's like a club. It's a club.
One of the things that you were talking about they're doing, they're staying active, doing something. They're always doing something.
And we do transportation. Yeah. We're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for new members. They're our members. Mm-hmm. They are a member of this society. And we're always looking for help, all kinds of help.
I was reading last night, I was looking online, just catching up on them, and this little girl, she was 10 years old when she got over in Springfield and she got hit by a car, and how y'all have helped her and all. And I know you have so many testimonials from family and all, how y'all have helped so many people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Okay, we got and as always, as any organization, there's always a need for funds. I mean, food ain't free. No. I mean, and gas ain't free, bringing them back and forth, and one of the things y'all started was this blessing of the fleet.
25th anniversary.
The 25th anniversary. Yep. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up right here. The 25th annual blessing of the fleet, the fish fry and burning of the socks. Okay, this is going to be tomorrow now, and begin serving. The vendors will be there from 9 to 5 and serving fish from 10 to 5.
Tarpon Dock.
Who's doing the cooking?
Tarpon Dock's cooking.
I think that fish is going to be fresh.
They do. They've provided our fish every year, but this year they're going to cook it.
That is awesome.
It'll be consistent, warm, everything all at the same time. It'll be great.
I've been to fish fries before. They're the best around doing that kind of stuff.
And lots of other kind of lot of vendors doing. We sell the vendors little spots, and it's not a lot of them. It's like 20. Yeah. But a lot of sweets and gelato loves coming. There's the ice creams and the shaved ice and weird. What is it? Weird taco. El Weirdo Taco. El Weirdo Taco's coming, and a hot dog place in case people don't like fish for some reason. That kind of thing. And we start about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And the fish will start about 10:15, 10:30. And then Sonny's Barbecue helped us out with the coleslaw, things like that.
Okay.
We got hush puppies.
Okay, we're going. I'm getting hungry already. We got to take a break, see if I got anything to snack on. We'll take a break. Be right back with Tracy. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So here with Tracy Newdecker, Second Chance of Northwest Florida, and what a great service they do. Tell us a little bit more about tomorrow.
About Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
Don't come tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, we start about 9 o'clock in the morning. The vendors will be all set up. We have some really cool vendors. You can buy some fishing clothes down there too. Real Fish. You might know the guy that runs the Real Fish truck, the big one. Pulls up, and you can walk in there and buy some clothes and do some things. We have different vendors. It starts about 9 o'clock. We start cooking fish about 10:15, 10:30. It'll start serving. It's $10 a plate. 100% goes to Second Chance, everything. Centennial Bank sets up our tent. We go to about 2:30 or 3 till they stop cooking or the fish runs out, one of the two. You can buy tickets on site. We have Paul Brandt does our poster that you showed, and he does. We have T-shirts, and we have a lot of people pitching in that helps. And we've changed the location this year just a little bit. The street, because the marina pier slash dock was being worked on, and the railing they were fixing it, and they wanted us to move a little bit. So we're on this Bayview, like when you're going to go on the dock, we're on Bayview between Uncle Ernie's, that whole stretch between Uncle Ernie's and Alice's. Okay. And that street's roped off, so you got to park all around, and there'll be a lot going on down there because St. Andrews. The farmers market has moved to the Oaks Park. Yeah. So there'll be a lot of stuff to look at and do down there.
Okay, that sounds good. And here's a picture of the blessing of the fleet here. when you bless the fleet, this is a big deal. It goes back to traditionally for thousands of years. So we're going to have boats coming in from all over, right?
They come in and they circle, and you bless the fleet. So we can talk about the sock burning too. But basically, what they do is they come around. We have a couple of ministers down, and they throw the reef in the water and pray for anybody that has had something unfortunate happen at sea, and the sailors and all sailors period, sailors in our military, that kind of thing. And then after the sock burning it's kind of like out with the old, in with the new. So it's a tradition, and a lot of the downtown folks you'll see socks hanging on clotheslines down there all over the place. And they've been collecting them and doing it for years. Feel free to bring your socks. Just get there, be around noon, and bring some old socks, and you got something in your life you want to get rid of and start the new, just bring some socks.
There you go.
And then they go back out, and it's for a bountiful season and keep everybody safe. So that's what they do.
The maritime heritage of all of the coastal communities always have a blessing of the fleet, and it goes all over the country and the world. But it's neat that we do it here in St. Andrews, one of our oldest fishing villages along the Florida coast. So this is cool. But bottom line, get back to the poster and all this 25th annual Blessing of the Fleet, and that's going to be a fundraiser for Second Chance right here. And great fish fry, now that's going to be
$10.
$10, and all this trimming coming with it.
Coleslaw, baked beans, hush puppies.
Oh man, don't start talking about that again.
Stuff.
And it's going to start around 12 noon round. But what a great thing to do! Great outdoor activity. Get out.
No,
there.
Don't start at 12.
I'm talking about the vessels, the water vessels.
Oh yeah, they're right around there. They make everybody come about 9 and stay all day.
Come early and try to get something to eat. Then stay and watch.
Buy our T-shirts and help, and come down and pitch in if you ain't got nothing to do.
That's right. And thank you for what you do with Second Chance.
Tarpon Doc's really going to help us out this time. Going to come cook and make it beautiful.
Yeah. But I know how many folks work down there with Second Chance during the course of the week. You got volunteers.
We have volunteers. We are truly a nonprofit.
Yeah.
We have 2 or 3. We have Ellen and John's down there consistently. Cheryl has been a big part of it. Cheryl, for years and years and years and years, she's the face of Second Chance. Everyone knows Cheryl. And she's starting to retire a little bit, but she's down there all the time. But we really have only 2 or 3 paid employees that they just there to help keep everything down. But there's no CEOs or anything getting paid. 100% goes to
that's so important. 100% goes back to that. And I know volunteers come in different times of the week and all, and they help out.
And we have a big show in November, 2 of them, Christmas shows, but we'll do that. But watch for the Emerald Coast Christmas Bazaar at the boardwalk, and we're starting up the Christmas market at the fair this year, and it'll be 3-day shows, both of them in November.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of
Tracy,
fun.
we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate what you're doing, and if you get a chance to get up there Saturday and do some visitation and eating some fish and all, it'll be great. But speaking of Tarpon Dock, it's Friday. You got to do one more thing before you get off the air. You're going to help me on the drawing. I'm going to let you draw the names out of here for the winners, okay?
Okay.
So now, again, Tarpon Dock Seafood. You see what kind of community service they do. They're putting on this fish fry. So, and they're every Friday they donate something to our viewers. So the first name you draw out is going to be a $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock.
Ooh, am I in there?
I don't know. Are you?
Let's see what we got. Greg Taylor.
Greg Taylor. I know Greg, he don't need it, so I'm going to go ahead and go down and get that Saturday. So Greg Taylor. Oh, Greg. All right, good job, Greg. All right, the winner of the Big Red Snapper.
Uh-oh.
Big Red Snapper.
All right, here we go.
All right, who's that going to be?
Candy Strength.
Candy Strength.
Henson Crossroads.
From Henson's Crossroads, okay? We got viewers all over the Panhandle. All right, Candy Strength from Henson's Crossroads and Greg Taylor are the winners this morning. And again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And we appreciate it.
See y'all Saturday.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break, come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back. Let's get ready for our famous Friday fishing forecast. Before we get into it, I've been trying all week to show this picture and read this little email I got, or text I got, and I've had guests all week. I just haven't had time to squeeze it in. We had Bill and Donna yesterday, and so anyway, we're going to start this first. Okay, we're going to read it right here. Okay, here it is on the screen. Mr. Chester, this is James Pilcher. H.C. Slay called you earlier regarding the catfish tournament in Carabel, Florida. My son entered the fishing tournament and won the biggest fish and second on a 3 fish overall weight. His biggest fish weighed 32 pounds, and all 3 fish weighed 52 pounds. That's a lot of catfish. His name is Trent Pilcher, and he was fishing with his friend Hayden Revels. They play baseball together for Bonifay and are in the regional playoffs. Their team bus driver, I love this, their team bus driver, Mr. Sumner, taught them into entering the tournament. This was their first tournament fishing experience. Okay, here are the pictures right here. Check this out. Is that not cool right there? Is that not a huge 32-pound catfish? We got that one. There's the 2 boys playing baseball together and fishing together. It don't get much better than that. There's a big payout and a big old smile on the face. So thank you so much. And thank Mr. Sumner, the bus driver, for getting those boys interested in fishing that tournament. That's just cool stuff. That's what we're talking about, encouraging young people and enjoying it all. All right, that didn't take long to get back to our Google Earth. And here's what I have written down as I put the fishing report together last night. Again, the moon situation is in great shape, but let's talk about freshwater. I want to mention the crickets. A lot of people have been complaining about small crickets. I've heard it from all over. I was down at Blue Water last week and talking to them, and their supplier comes out of Quincy and all, he was talking about the same thing, his crickets. And what has happened, they use the same cricket, the same cricket's been sort of like inbred, and they got smaller and smaller. So now he's driving up to Arkansas getting some new breed of crickets to come blend in with his. So anyway, it's interesting. I'm gonna find more information about it, but I want to share that with you. Even with small crickets, people say they're just jumping all over the place now. So I'm gonna get some, maybe get some this weekend. So the crickets are interesting, and they're selling out pretty fast too. So brim fishing is gonna be excellent this weekend, as will bass fishing be. It will be in the sand hills. If you can get anywhere off the river system, I know the big tournament I had last weekend, there were some nice bass caught. I didn't get any information back from them. I did talk to a couple of people who said there was a good catch last week. And you're looking at this week, this past week, we had a bass tournament, we had a bayou bass, then we had a shark tournament. All 3 of those going on the same weekend. They're just right here within a 50-mile radius, all that was going on. Okay, let's also, I've got all that's active. Surf fishing, again, it's going to be peaking out. Right now is excellent time to go. Pompano fishing, it is really, really good right now. I was going last week, but the wave was just too rough. But this weekend it's settled down. We've had a little bit of north wind pushing it up. Okay, inshore fishing, neap tides is not going to be a super weekend for that kind of fishing, but what it's going to do is give you some calm water, and you can see when we had Fred Myers on this week, Fred and Carter. Man, did we have some really good guests this week. Fred was talking about, just looking, again, basic, fundamental one-on-one fishing. Look for the activity, look for the birds. The old timers would look for the birds. Before they had any kind of electronics, they were looking for the birds. Looking for any kind of ripples in the water, any kind of feeding activity. I go across the Lynn Bridge a couple times a day, all week, every day, and I've been noticing good activity on bridge fishing, and that's a barometer of other bridges too, what I see on that bridge. So I know the East Point area, the bridge fishing is going to be good. Early morning fishing is going to be good in both of those areas over here in Choctawhatchee Bay. Again, it's just going to be really good stuff there as far as the fishing. Okay, king mackerel. I was looking at some reports and all, talked to some folks. Kayak, I call them kayak kings. The folks there going out, kings are close to shore now, and you can go out in a kayak, and I could show you a dozen pictures of this past week where kings have been caught out of a kayak by really good fishermen. Now, don't do it as a rookie, as a beginner, just paddle out there and things going to happen. You need some experience in that kayak to get out there and get set up, or go with someone who knows what they're doing. But if they're catching kings out of a kayak, think about this weekend, how many kings going to be caught out of just a regular fishing boat. The king mackerel is going to be hot this weekend. Saw a couple of pictures of some mullet being caught. They're not fat and juicy now, but they're what I call filling out. They've started to eat. Here it is. We're in May, not 2 weeks away from June, so they've been back eating in the bay for the last couple of months. So they're starting to fill out. And I saw some nice catches. So if you want to do some wade casting for mullet, it might be a good weekend to do that. Okay. So one more, amberjack. The AJs are hitting well. Okay. Some good reports. The biggest thing is try to get out there if you can. It don't matter if you're wade fishing, if you're out there off a bridge or kayak, canoe, or anyway, just try to get out and do some kind of fishing or anything in the great outdoors. I'm gonna wrap it up. Got another big week coming up next week. I feel like we're just getting better and better the longer we do this. We appreciate the viewership, appreciate Jeff and Gail and Bill and Donna, all these people helping out on Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate you, the viewer. Ask you to always do something good today with fellow man. You have a great weekend. Enjoy the outdoors and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.